Get on up. What is happening, everybody? Wow. It's been a minute, as the young folks say. It's been a minute. And we're live, and it's Sunday. What the heck am I doing live on a Sunday at 1:45 Eastern Standard Time? Well, I'll tell you why that is. I'm on vacation. I'm on vacation. And that is a great feeling. Oh. Great feeling, man. So nice not to be in traffic somewhere. I tell you, last week was just a couple of nights was pretty bad. Had one thing after another, stuck in bad backup. You know, unless you drive for a living, you know, some people think, wow, what's he complaining for? It's just driving. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's more to it than that when you're in a big rig. Oh, my goodness. Mr. Randall's in the house. Give him a round of applause, please, Mr. Applause Machine there. Thank you, Mr. Randall's, for being in here. Appreciate that very much. Thank you so much. Yeah, so today is my first official day of vacation, like I was saying. But my wedding anniversary is coming up Wednesday for my wife and I to be 15 years Wednesday. So, yeah, that's going to be nice. She left to go to Walmart. That's where she said she was going to do a few errands. We got Bumbless in the house. What's going on? Bumbless, how are you? All right. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it very much. Yeah, she went to go do some things, and so I figured, let's go live for a little bit, you know, just jump on here and chat for a little bit. What do you think, you know? So, yeah, it's, like I said, it's been a minute, man, but I put content kind of sporadically on this channel, you know. Y'all know that, man. I ain't telling you nothing you don't know already, but, you know, it's just kind of hard to do it on a regular basis, if you will. But anyway, do it when you can, and it's all good. I don't know. Let's see. When's the last time I went live in the music room here? I don't even remember. I can't remember. Oh, you see a new addition there on the guitar wall hanger there. That's the Flying V, and that is an early 80s model, and I put a new Floyd on it. The only thing is, with that, the Floyd that came with that Epiphone, it wasn't a Floyd. It was, you know, some other off-the-wall tremolo, probably a Kaler or something crazy. So I put that on one day last week, and it does okay. It's all right. I like to put some new post in. The posts that's in there are small, and I tried to take them out to put some new ones in and have to reroute the holes so the new post could fit, but I can't get the old ones out. They seem to be stuck, so it would take a lot of to do to get that out. So we're just going to try to make do with what's in there. But so far it seems to be doing fine, you know. But that guitar, my wife got me that guitar. I still got the hang tag and the receipt for it, man. It was like, she got me that in 2006. Yeah, because I went to work on it, and I got it out of the case, and I told my wife, I said, ain't seen this guitar in a long time, have you? And she's like, no. And the receipt was sitting in there, and she goes, let me see that receipt. and so she goes, wow, I got you that in 2006? I said, yeah. I didn't think it was that long ago either. So we were engaged, but we weren't married yet. We got married in 2007. So yeah, Bumbless says, are those posts glued in? Some idiots do that. Yeah, I'm going to tell you the truth, man. I you know, if nobody understands what I'm talking about, you got your tremolo post, if you have a Floyd Rose mainly, and they're the two holes are drilled into the body, and they put these threaded, I don't know what you call it, pieces down in there, and then you put on your screw your post in. And normally you can screw a post in and take some pliers and pop it right out, and then put some new post in. Well, man, I got some pliers, and I pulled on that post and pulled, and it wasn't budging. It wasn't going anywhere. So I said, well, you know what? I said, I guess those are staying. The only thing I know to do is if I could get another tool to route, make the hole bigger, and just kind of route a bigger hole around it, just a little, not much, and maybe get those out. And then I don't know, but really it's more trouble than it's worth. So I just left it alone. Bundler says he's seen someone glue in acoustic pegs. Oh my God, that's not good. You don't want to do that. Good luck changing strings, man. But yeah, I mean, like I said, when my wife got me this, it was used, and but it does fine. You know, it does fine. I did plug it up to this setup in here last night. I was wanting to play and do a video, and it sounded like I don't know if there's a bad ground in the jack, the guitar jack. I've heard some people say it's not an input jack, it's an output jack. So I just say the guitar jack. I don't know. I guess really technically it is an output jack, but I've never really thought about it. But I think there's a short in it somewhere, and because when you plug the cable in, you kind of hear like a hum. And I mean, you play a chord, you can hear it, but you can hear like a hum or some, background noise. And I said, what is going on there? So I unplugged it and plugged in the EVH Stripe series, and you didn't have none of that. It was fine. So that tells me it's something with the guitar, which sucks. So I might have to take it to, I do have a new input jack over here with my little odds and ends, brand new. It's pre-wired and everything. I could take it to the guy I use, and he could put a new input jack in, and if need be, but we'll get to that sometime. It's no big deal. But yeah, man, so I played a little bit last night and did a video. I was trying to use, before I went live on here, I was trying to mess with OBS. And OBS is a cool way to go live on your channel, but it takes a little bit more work. It's a little bit more technical, and it's a little bit more involved. So I was trying to mess with that before I went live on here, and I was like, it's just go to Streamyard, man. It's just so much easier, and you ain't got to worry about trying to put a chat in there. All this is here. So Streamyard is great. Some people think that Streamyard, you have to pay to use it. That's not true. You can use the free version if you want to stream live, but if you want to have all the little extra perks, I think there's you got the free level, and you got the I guess the mid-grade level, and then the top tier level, and that's what I got. The top tier. It's only like, I think it's $50 a month or something, and you can have your logo up there, little things like that, instead of that freaking duck or whatever it is that's up there, But I don't know, man. Bumble is talking about these pegs here, these top posts or whatever. He says, cut off the tops of the pegs, take a drill and route around them and use an oversized peg. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, because the posts that come with this Godo Floyd system, they're bigger posts, and and usually I don't have to switch nothing like that out. It's fine the way it is, but on that guitar, those posts are small, and I was like, dang, man. But like I said, we'll figure it out. We got the whole week to mess with that if I want to, because there ain't nothing that I need to do outside. It's too hot, so it's too damn hot outside to do anything, man. And I've been having a lot of back issues too, man. God, I went to the doctor yesterday. Man, I've been to doctor offices. I've been to the ER. I've been to urologist. Man, it's just, they say when it rains, it pours, man. So, which, if you're a sub to this channel, you already know about that. So, I go the 18th of August, and they're probably going to take a biopsy of this mass that's on my kidney. I'm sure that's what they're going to do. And we'll go from there, see what happens. But anyway, so yeah, I played some yesterday, man, and I did use OBS to record because what I do like about OBS is you can use multiple cameras at one time. So as opposed to this, it's just one shot, which is fine. But having multiple cameras sometimes it's kind of fun. It's different. So I found out a way to do that yesterday, and so I shot a video, multiple cameras, and put it together, and it's cool. It's all right. You're kind of limited on your audio. I mean, the audio's fine. Going through the mixer and everything here, and the MP3 player and all that. You can't really go back and EQ anything. It's kind of, you get what's there, which is all right. It's fine. It wasn't no big deal. Of course, you get better quality on a pre-recorded video, and you can go back and master your audio and all that stuff, But it was fun to do, man. It's something, you know what I'm saying? I don't ever have time to do anything anymore unless I'm on vacation. Bumblist says, are you not going to the casino again for your anniversary? No, sir. No, we no casino this year. It's kind of wild because last year the German butcher and his wife and my wife and myself, we all went to the casino together and spent the night there. Was it 1 or 2 nights? I think 1. And it was fun, man. We had a good time. But my wife and I, we went, I took her there, I want to say it was for her birthday in March of this year. And number one, the casino is low on help. I mean, very, very low. It's just, I was really amazed at how many people have quit, especially at the casino. But yeah, they're gone, man. So if you want to get anything to eat or anything to drink, anything, it requires you standing in line forever. And the last time my wife and I went, we was in the food court, and the line of people waiting to pay for their food was incredible. This old man was running a register, and I bet he stood at that register for 8 hours without taking a break. I cannot get comfortable in this chair, man. My back's killing me. Moving around. But by the way, that was the chair that made that noise. It wasn't me. It was this chair. And so I felt bad for that old man. I was like, man, because we got our food. We finally paid for our food. We went and played, came back. That night I said, that old man's still running that register, man. God almighty. So no, we're not going this year. Really don't have the money. So, but we're just chilling out here, man. Just messing around. But, so, if you're a guitar player, right? Let's get into the meat and potatoes here. And you have a few guitars, I don't know, 3, 4, 10, 12, whatever the case is. You will never stop looking at guitars, right? You'll never stop looking at guitars, and it's I don't want to say it's a disease, but I don't know, man. I just never get tired of it. I could go to a Guitar Center today and just sit there and just look at guitars, play guitars, and if I'm in there too long, I'm going to want to buy one. I can't really afford to do that, but so if you're a true guitar player, guitar lover, that's just what you do. What do they call that? Guitar acquisition syndrome. Boy, I've got plenty of guitars, that's for sure. But there's one I've been looking at. I get on Reverb, And I like to browse, you know, especially when I'm laying down in the evening or early in the morning when I get home from work, really. And I just sit there and browse on Reverb, waiting to go to sleep. And some of the stuff is pretty cool. And then sometimes a guitar will just jump out at you. And so I started looking at this guitar, and I kept looking at it, and I'd go back, and I'd come back again, look at it again. I said, nah, forget about it for a couple of days, and I'm always drawn back to it, right? So let's see if we can share the screen here, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Share screen, and yeah, this guitar is awesome. It is awesome. Let's see here. Make sure I pick the right tab. Yes. Okay, here we go. So, yeah, this is a Ibanez, I guess that's EGen 8, EGEN 8, 2012 Herman Lee signature model. And you can see he had it for $1,100. He's got it down to $999 with $89 shipping. Greg's Gear Bazaar, Palm Beach, Florida. I've ordered from this seller before. What did I get? I think I ordered like a Rockman. Remember the Rockman? Tom Schultz Rockman. I ordered that from him, and the adapter that goes with it. So let's see here. This guitar is amazing. It's just beautiful. And he sells top quality stuff, man. Let's see about this listing. The Ibanez, I'm just going to say EGen. I don't know if that's right or not, but say EGen 8 Herman Lee signature model. He says, I love this guitar. It's just bad ass. This is totally hot rodded with Seymour Duncan Invaders. Matching metal gold kill switch. The middle pickup has been disabled and screwed down out of the way. It's just there for look. See, that was one thing that really caught my attention, because with these types of guitars, that middle pickup, has to be screwed down flush because it gets in my way. So I thought that was cool. That I was like, wow, okay, it's not just me. He says it's in awesome condition and amazingly low action and easily playable as heck. OMG. It has been totally set up by luthier and ready to kill out of the case. Beautiful mahogany and flame maple abalone inlays. There are 3 tiny black marks from the neoprene cover it originally came with, which in my opinion was not necessary at all, and I only see 1 tiny ding on the back. I do not see buckle rash, and the plastic electronic covers and the back look mint. Enclosed pictures. Other than that, it's incredibly amazing playing guitar, beautiful looking, has the original hard case and keys, original DiMarzio's included. So he's upgraded this to the Seymour Duncan Invaders, which I don't know nothing about, but I imagine they're pretty hot-rodded, if anybody knows. But let's look at these. I mean, just look at that, man. And so I started looking at this guitar, and so I went to Herman Lee's channel. I'm not a metal guy, you know, but I already knew Herman Lee. He's a badass guitar player. I already knew that, you know, because I've seen him on YouTube. He does a lot of live stuff like this, and he plays. He does a lot of I don't know what you call it, play-alongs with other metal guitar players, and he interviews them or something. So I kind of went down a wormhole in his channel, and I was just like, my God. But I always loved his guitar, his signature guitar here. It just looks really cool. And I love on the top horn how it's got I don't know if that's supposed to be like where it's carved out to, like, if you put your fingers there to hold it. I guess that's what that is. I'm not quite sure. But I don't think, I heard him say on his channel, he's not with Ibanez anymore. He's not endorsed by them anymore. I don't know who he's endorsed by, to tell you the truth now. I couldn't tell you. But when I saw this guitar, I said, oh my God, it just, you know, I mean, look at it, man. It's just, that thing is gorgeous. So I'm assuming the Invaders are really incredible pickups, I would imagine. And I looked up some more of these guitars online, and they're all just stock, and they kind of around the same price range, maybe $100 or $200 cheaper. But this guy, Greg's Gear Bazaar, he's known for, upgrading his stuff that he sells. He doesn't sell crap. It's good stuff. Look at that. That's clean, man. The gold hardware just pops on guitars like this with a natural wood finish, man. There you go. 2012. Gold tuners. Man, there's a little bit of stuff he's talking about. See, that ain't no big deal, man. I don't, that stuff doesn't bother me. I mean, if a guitar is used, you got to expect something here and there. I mean, come on. You got to expect something. It's still in phenomenal shape. There's a case. Hardshell case. Nice, man. There you go. Seymour Duncan Invader humbucker set. Wow. Well, that's probably the ones he took out, because those are the stock pickups. He just put them in the box there to ship. That's right, yeah. That's what it is. Those are the stock pickups. There you go. There's the man. See, look what I'm talking about. You see where he has the middle pickup screwed down flush to the body. That's awesome. And he's got the. I don't know if the kill switch comes with this guitar or he put that in. I don't know. I have no idea. But either way, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. That guitar looks great. My God, look at that guitar. Anyway, so it's like, man, it's like, do I need another guitar? No, absolutely not. I'm getting ready to address the chat, y'all. I was sharing screen, so I couldn't see the chat. I apologize. No, do I need a guitar? Lord, no. I mean, that's just. Not to mention what all's back there, and in the other room, guys, I'm knocking on the door of 50 guitars right now. So it's just like I said, you get addicted to it, man. All right, let's see. Let's go up to the top here and see what I can see some of these comments. Bumbless says, I like to look and try out guitars, but I never was a collector. Yeah, I don't consider myself a collector. I never looked. I just maybe I guess it is really. I don't know. I've never considered myself in that area. I think a collector, I could be wrong, is somebody that collects them but never plays them. There are people that do that, and they spend a boatload of money on it. I love to play them. I just recently learned, like I said, how to upgrade the Floyd systems on guitars. I just kept messing with it, and I was like, oh, this is how you do that. So that's it, really. No big deal. There's Miss Janice Lala in the house. Let's give her a round of applause from the studio audience here. Miss Lala, how are you? Thank you for being here. Oh, we got Electric Gypsy Blues. What is going on, my friend? How are you? Let's see. Bumbless, he has something to say, I think, about the Invader pickups, I think. He says he has does that say SH8 Invader? And yes, they are extreme. I don't like them myself. Oh, okay. So they are hot pickups, I guess. Okay. I love hot pickups myself. I just for my style of playing. A lot of people don't. What was I have a PV Wolfgang special back there that I bought a couple of years ago. It's beautiful blue. And it come with Seymour Duncan, I think a 59 and a jazz in the neck. And those pickups are I don't like them. To me, they're just way too weak, unless the person doesn't have them wired in properly. But man, those things, to get the distortion I want out of that humbucker, I have to use 2 overdrive pedals, man, to get what I want. And I was like, ugh, and that's not good, man, Yeah, that's not good. You shouldn't have to go through that. So one of these days I will get that guitar, have some new pickups installed in that PV Wolfgang Special one of these days. Let's see. Everybody's chatting with each other. That's awesome. Awesome. Yeah. So that was the guitar I've been looking at, have my eye on it for a while, And so I'm like, man, I don't want to deal with a payment, And I knew I could. I could do it right now. Say, boop, get it approved and get it. But I don't want to. I've done that so many times. Have y'all done that? Bit off more than you can chew when it comes to anything, guitars or anything. Especially with guitars. For me, my biggest downfall is the more you get, the more you're going to want, because it seems like you can never satisfy that urge, right? I never could. I remember one time I had. I usually get my guitars, before I started shopping on Reverb, I'd get my guitars from American Musical Supply. And I remember one time, man, my wife was pissed. One time I had 3 guitar payments a month. I ordered a EVH PV Wolfgang Special, a vintage white, and then it was maybe, I'm not kidding, it was maybe 3 or 4 months later, I ordered the EVH PV Wolfgang's PV. What am I saying? The EVH Wolfgang Special, vintage white, and then 3 or 4 months later, I got another EVH Wolfgang Special, but it was the all natural. And and then I got another guitar, like 6 months after that or something. And I don't know, the way it all fell down. I had 3 guitar payments within the month, so it was like that. 4 weeks in a month. So those first 3 weeks, there was a guitar payment that first week, a guitar payment the second week, a guitar payment the third week, and the fourth week was clear. But man, that was, I put myself in a bad spot with that. And learned my lesson on that. I said, my God, when those things got paid for, I was like, thank you, Lord. You don't think about, me, I didn't think about it at the time. I was like, oh man, that's only whatever it was. The American Musical lets you pay for, a year, I think, at the most, 12 payments. So you're looking at, just under $100 a month on the all natural, because it was like $1,100 or $1,200 at the time. And then you're looking at like $70 to $80 a month for the other Wolfgang Special, and then whatever the other one was. So that adds up, and so yeah, wife wasn't too happy on that. Let's see. Learn my lesson on that. Let's see. Electric Gypsy Blues. He says, buying from Reverb is stressful. PayPal payment, debt for me. Oh, stressful. Like I said, it can be, I guess. Have I done the payment plan? Yes, I've done that. Yeah, it's do 4 easy payments of whatever, and yeah, I've done that. And I'm trying to get comfortable. I tell you, my back, boy. Whew. In some cases, it's been very convenient. For me, sometimes I can manage a $25 a month payment a lot easier than something a lot greater. I guess, I don't know, everybody's different. of course, the best thing to do is if you want to get something, just pay for it all up front and be done with it. But I am the king of getting something on payments. I'll admit that right here and now. That's the only way I've gotten my equipment from AMS. I mean, you want this EVH Stripe series. It was $1,000 back then, and it's $100 a month for 12 months or whatever it was. $80-something. I said, yep, sign me up, and I got approved, and that's how I got it. So all of my equipment has been bought, I guess you say over time, payments or whatever. And that's just what's always worked for me. But everybody's different. That's why they have all those options, Everybody's situation's different. Bumbler says, the more you have, the more you have to take care of. Been there and done that. It's true. That's very true. They're very true. The guitars I have actually out of the case is what you see behind me right here. Everything else is in a case or a gig bag. And for the most part, that cuts down on your, keeping the guitar clean, dust-free and all that. But dust can still get in there. That's what blew my mind. I have a Fender made in Mexico, Jimi Hendrix model. I love that guitar. And it came with a really nice Fender gig bag. And it always stays in the gig bag, like I said, unless I play it. And then after I play it, I wipe it down, whatever, put it back in the gig bag. I might not touch it for 8 months, because when you got all these guitars, it's kind of it gets to be a chore to rotate to give them all some playtime, right? Anyway, I got that guitar out and I looked and I said, how did this dust get on here? And the volume knob is crackly and it's got dust in there. I was like, oh my God, how does that happen when it's in the gig bag this whole time? So it beats me, but it happened to me. It happened to me, and I was just blown away with that. I was like, how does that, what's going on with that? I don't know. But Bumblish, you're right. Let's see, Electric Gypsy Blues. Pardon me. He says, I have 5 things under payment plan from Reverb right now. I understand, man. I'm doing this because I'm saying I can't say a word. And like I said, what works for you, it works. That's all that matters. And, yeah, man. I mean, and I don't know about your payments, but I know that feeling. Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, been there. And I don't know, with me, the way it used to be, I guess maybe I'm still like this now. I feel like if I don't get it right in the moment, I'll never be able to get it. Maybe that's just me lying to myself, But it's an addiction, I guess. Apparently that's what it is. Thank God it's guitars and not something awful, like freaking drugs or something, At least us guitar players and us, people that love playing guitar and buying guitars, at least we have something to show for the for the debt we went into, we have something to show for it. With a lot of other things people put money into, there ain't got nothing to show for it, Not making any judgment calls, I'm just saying, I mean, it makes sense, right? Let's see. Mr. Michael Collins, hey, man, how are you doing? I don't know if I give you a round of applause, man. I don't think I did. I think I just now seen your name. Thank you, Mr. Collins, for being here. Yes. Mr. Collins says, don't you have a Satriani model? These are pretty similar, in my opinion. It is a little similar, this body style, this Herman Lee is, it's more in line with like a S series. The Satch model is just a little altered, just a touch. But yes, I do have 3 Satch models, and I love them all. They're wonderful. Yeah, and that's something that was in the back of my mind. I'm like, dude, you have as far as Ibanez guitars go, I'm trying to think. Jim Jr., I call it the casino guitar. You remember that story. Won it from off a poker machine, got some money, over $500, and I ordered the Steve Vai Jim Jr. off AMS. I do have the 3 Satch models. Those are Ibanez. I have another Ibanez S series in the colors called a Dragon Eye Burst. And then there's another Ibanez I have, just has 2 humbuckers on it. And I got the idea for that guitar from watching Rockin' Dave Byron on his channel a couple of years ago. I loved that guitar he was playing, and it was also a Dragon Eye Burst color. It's more like a flat color. It doesn't have a gloss finish to it. But when I seen Rockin' Dave Byron playing that, I said, ooh, that's awesome. So I looked up the inventory at the Guitar Center here in my town, and they had one, but it was I think it's called a chlorine burst. And I was like, man, I gotta have that guitar. I gotta have it. So I traded a 50s road-worn Fender Telly for that Ibanez, that chlorine burst that I've had for a couple of years now. They just had one in stock at the Guitar Center here. They just had one. I even tried looking online to order one online, but none of them had a Floyd Rose. They had the cheap knockoff kind of tremolo, like similar to a Fender tremolo. It was of course the price was cheaper, but I wanted a Floyd, or Ibanez's version of the Floyd, right? Or Ibanez, branded, right? And so I got it. I lost my tail on it, to tell you the truth. And I knew that was coming when I did it, but I didn't play that telly, man. The pickup was really weak, and I just, it just wasn't for me, So I traded it. That telly was $1,000. I bet you I played it maybe 6 times the whole time I had it. And I didn't have it, maybe a year? Maybe longer than that. Probably longer than that. But I didn't hardly play it. I just didn't gel with that guitar. So I traded it on that chlorine burst Ibanez. So I think that's all the Ibanez guitars I have, I believe. So that's about, I don't know, half a dozen. Let's see, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. About half a dozen, I'd say. No, I have another Ibanez that I got from Guitar Center. It's white, and it doesn't have a Floyd. It's like just a regular hardtail. And what is it, like an Ibanez S10 or something? It wasn't a lot of money. It was when I bought it at the time, it was like, I don't know, like $250. And I ended up trading my son something for that guitar. He took it and had it upgraded with new pickups and had the frets filed down on the edges and all that stuff. So I guess I have maybe 7 Ibanez guitars. But yeah, Mr. Collins, it's when you got it bad, man, you got it bad. I have no excuse. I just get like, ooh, I like to have that, Electric Gypsy Blues. He says, I'm on the lookout for was that Neo Instruments? Leslie pedal, can't find one. Hard to come by these days. Okay, so you're on the lookout for a Leslie pedal. I'm not familiar with that. I'm assuming that gives you like the Leslie speaker effect on your amp. I'm assuming. I don't know a lot about that at all, to tell you the truth. But that's cool, man. I hope you find it. I hope you find what you're looking for. Like I say, reverb is, he says, yes, that's what that is. Okay, awesome. I got lucky on that one. Okay, but reverb is the place to go, man. I have to say, when I was building my pedal boards here, I got all that stuff from reverb. And what I love about reverb is you have the choice of getting something used, and it's still in great shape, or if you want it brand new. And that's how I got all these pedals and built these pedal boards. And I love reverb. I've spent a lot of money on reverb just like y'all have, I'm sure. Bumbleist says, Joe, I have to say guitars and gear are an investment. You get your money back if you sell, unlike cars and other things that lose their value. Yeah, I've thought about that in the past. Pardon me. I think for me, now I can't speak for anybody else's collection or whatever, but I think if you want to get your investment back, you got to have some really good guitars, something that you put a lot of money in when you bought it. Like, a $400 guitar, I don't think you really get. You'll get lucky to get half that out of it. And I know that when I've got these guitars over the years, like I said, I buy the guitars because, number one, they look cool. That's the first thing that pops at me. I was like, ooh, the color, the design, and I'm like, okay, does it have a slim neck? Stuff like that. And then I go from there. Grab it. How does it feel in my hands? And can I maneuver easy? Unlike like a fat baseball neck on a Gibson, I can't mess with that. It's just I can't play it. I can play it, but it's going to be a struggle. So, but yeah, I mean, you're right. It's still an investment, and that's true. Gary, hey, is it Carrie? Hey, Carrie, how are you doing, man? He says, hey guys, let's give Carrie a round of applause. Thank you for being on the show here, live chat. Yeah, man. We're just shooting the breeze about guitars and a guitar that I had my own, the Herman Lee 2012 Ibanez. And I tell you, I've had it so bad in the past. When I get a guitar that I want that's stuck in my head, man, I can't sleep. I'll toss and turn, and that's bad. When you laying there, you're like, oh man, I gotta get that guitar. And so yeah, that's bad. Hey, oh my goodness, we got brother Sam in the house. Samuel Pipsy James. What up, driver? Driving down the road. What's up, Sam? I'm gonna tell you, man, Sam, he builds guitars, right? And we're friends on Facebook. I actually had the pleasure of talking to him, Sam, a couple of weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago. And he's a retired truck driver. So we got that in common right off the bat. Super nice guy, man. We talked for about, 20 minutes, something like that. Super nice guy. And he builds he builds like Strats and stuff. And I did see him building one SG, if I'm not mistaken. But his guitars are amazing. I love looking at his guitars that he builds, and he posts them on Facebook. And super nice guy. Pipsy James, man, thanks for jumping in the chat. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. If anybody knows about getting more guitars, I know he does. Electric Gypsy Blues. Let's see. Oh, I was talking about when you get it stuck in your head about a guitar that you want. He says, because sometimes I can't sleep. I'm toss and turn. I'm like, man, I got to get that guitar. And then you get it, and like a month later, you're like, okay, what's next? What the hell? What is wrong with me? Electric Gypsy Blues, he goes, I also worry about it. If I don't hurry up and make a buying decision on reverb, it'll be gone. That always seems to be my luck. You know, there was, I made a video on the way to work one day last week. I haven't put it out yet, about an Ibanez. It's actually an Ibanez that same model I used to own, and it's a 2001 Ibanez S370, I think. And I don't know if that tells you anything or not, but it's really familiar with the Herman Lee model I just showed you. Same body style, same pickup design, all that stuff. And the guy was wanting, it's like what they call a deep violet color, and it's flat. It doesn't have a gloss finish. It's flat. And I remember having that in 2001, and I bought my son one too. So, my God, back then I was 31. It's 21, 22 years ago. And anyway, I don't know what happened to that guitar. And I saw it on Reverb. I said, oh, I'd like to have that guitar back. Just like these guitars here. That was my third guitar that I ever had in my life. Whoops, wrong way. And that was my very first one. So having certain guitars back, you know, to me, it's cool. It's part of my history with guitars, you know. Not that I'm some nobody, but it's just for my own personal sentimental value, I guess, you know, you could say. But I don't know, it's cool. But that Ibanez 370, man, S370, he wanted, he did have it at 400. It was in really good shape. No case, no gig bag, nothing like that. And he had it at 500, and I was like, there's no way he's going to get that. Then he put it down to 475. Then he put it down to 375. He kept dropping the price. So I made an offer. I offered him 300, and he counter offered, and he said 350, and I said nah. So, and it's not there no more. So just like you said, Electric Gypsy Blues, he said, if I don't hurry up and do it, it's going to be gone. And sure enough, I looked. I figured he might message me and say, okay, I'll go ahead and sell it to you for the 300. But he never did, which is fine. It's business, man. It's, you know, he's trying to make money. On the other end of that, I'm trying to find a great deal. They had three or four other guitars just like that, but they weren't in the good shape that one was. So I think the guy was asking a fair price. I just didn't want to pay $350. I said, I'll do $300, but he didn't. He said, nah. So I went and looked 2 or 3 nights ago. It's gone. So somebody got it. So, you know, good for him. Good for him. All right. Who else we got in here? Supersonic Nomad is in the house. How are you doing? Supersonic Nomad. Tonight on PBS. PBS, is that even still a thing? Is that I'm just kidding, man. Supersonic, he says, I recently picked up a purple Kramer Beretta and hit the flame jackpot. The maple fretboard is incredibly flamed out. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Now, Supersonic, is this a new Kramer Beretta, or was it used? I'm just curious, but that's awesome. A good flame on a maple neck that's beautiful, beautiful. Bumblus chimes in again. He says, Joe, do you have buyer's remorse? Like, man, I shouldn't have bought that. No. When it comes to guitars, no, no, and that's that's the chair. Make sure that's clear there. No, because I make sure to. I don't know, man. This is going to sound kind of weird, but when you've been playing for a while, you kind of know what to look for. You know what I mean? And you can kind of spot something that's cheap or not that great of quality. You know what I mean? And so before I started to do business on Reverb, I bought everything from AMS. So that means American Musical Supply. So that means everything I got was always new, always brand new. And then I started to do business on Reverb. But so far, nah. I mean, have I got something that didn't really work right and I had to send it back? Or, yeah, that's happened, of course. But just a couple of times, man. But no, I never had buyer's remorse. I never regretted buying it. I don't think you'd call it remorse. I think I did have the Fender Steve Ray Vaughan American Strat at one time because I've always been a huge fan of Stevie. But I love the guitar when I had it. The pickups are weak though. Those Texas Special pickups, they're not for me. Yeah, so I had it for, I don't know, let's see, I'm trying to think. It's been a long time. When I bought that guitar from AMS, it was, back then, it was $1,350. And I remember when I was getting off work one afternoon, where I still work now, at the old driver's lounge, or driver's office, excuse me. They had a phone that you could use. They don't have that no more now. They don't offer. I guess people were taking advantage of their phone line. But I picked it up and I called the 800 number. I had the catalog in my hand and I called and I had to get approved to get that guitar, that SRV model. And so I did. I got it. But they made me. Back then they only did, I think, 5 payments at the most, I think. And I had to get approved for that. And I got it. And I was like, hey, I got this SRV model. I started to play it, and I was like, man, I liked it, but the pickups weren't quite as hot as I wanted. So I kept it for a while, and I gave it to my son. We traded. My son and I used to trade guitars all the time back in the day. So we traded, and then I wanted it back. I asked him if he would trade back, and I had to give him like 2 or 3 guitars to get it back, which is fine. So I got it back and had it for a little while longer, and I came on hard times. So that guitar now, I think now that guitar new probably goes for over $2,000, I would imagine. I haven't looked it up in a long time, but I know it's expensive. So came on hard times, man. This was years ago, and I put it on Craigslist. And I mean, the moment I put it on Craigslist, within the hour, my phone started ringing. And I was looking, I was like, who the hell is that? I don't know who that is. And hello? And there's people calling about that guitar around here, And so when you need money, you get desperate, and I needed money quick, so a guy called me and I met him down the road at a Walmart parking lot, of all places, and sold the guitar for $725. I wanted $750, and I didn't have the back plate on it. I always take the back plates off. 98% of my guitars, I take the back plate off, so I just, in case I have to string it through the bottom of the cavity there. And you did on that one. And I couldn't remember what I did with it. It wasn't. I even had it in a tweed case, man. It came with a case. Had it in the case. The guitar, I put the case with the sale of the guitar, right? So you couldn't beat it. $750 for the SRV model with a hard shell tweed case. And so I meet the guy, And I just went by myself. I met the guy, and he had some dude with him, somebody he said was an expert on guitars or something. So I'm like, oh, okay. And he gets the guitar and he looks at it and he sees the back plates missing. He goes, oh man. And he looks at his buddy. He goes, how much these back plates run? He goes, oh, about $25. I said, you full of crap. Come on, man. Back plate ain't no dang $25. But he kind of had me over a barrel, or I had myself over a barrel, right? He said, I'll give you $725. I said, okay. He dished out the money. He took the guitar and left. And so for a moment there, I was like, man, after all that time, I wanted that guitar. And you fast forward to now, and that guitar, I sold it for half of what I paid for it then. And, got home and paid things that needed to be paid, and the money was gone. But that's just life, man. It's just what you do. Now, you fast forward to the present time, many years later, my son has that guitar. He got his own. He got it from AMS. He got his own. So I went there one time, and he said, here, you remember this, Dad? And he pulled it. I pulled it out of the case. I said, oh, man, you got your own SRV model? He goes, yeah. And I think he put 13s on it or 12s or something in honor of Stevie, And I don't know how he plays it. I couldn't do it. And but when I played it for a minute, and it brought me right back to when I had it, my SRV model, and I was like, ugh. I said, no, I'm not missing nothing. So now I was able to get another Strat that looks just like the SRV model, and I call it. You can go back on this channel and look at my guitar collection videos, and I call it the SRV wannabe. But the pickups are hotter. It's still got the gold hardware. I put a new neck on it. The neck that came with it was crap, so I paid like $300-something for a Fender roasted maple neck. And that guitar is amazing. It blows the SRV model out of the water, in my opinion. That's just me. Everybody's different. Yeah, so no buyer's remorse, man. Nah. Supersonic Nomad said that Kramer Beretta he got was brand new from AMS. Okay, that's awesome. Awesome deal. Bumbless, he says the SRV was expensive. Also had 13 gauge strings. Yeah, when I had it, I put 9s on it. I said, I'm not putting no 13s on that thing, man. But yeah, like I said, I don't miss that. I don't miss that guitar, man. And it had a fat neck too. The neck on it was really thick. I was like, damn. So it didn't bother me none. Let's see. Supersonic Nomad chimes in. He says, Joe, what's your opinion on Schecter? I'm thinking about pulling the trigger on a Schecter Banshee Mach 6. The specs are killer. Ooh, man, I'm going to be honest with you. I've never played a Schecter Supersonic. I've never played them. But from what I've heard from other people, they're very satisfied with them. Man, how much does that guitar go for? My son had a Schecter, I think, at one time. I think he sold it. I think he had was it a red one? And it had like a Floyd on it? I want to say. That's what I want to say. That's what I want to say. But no, sir, I can't really give an opinion on it because I've never played one. I will say this now, as far as a Schecter goes, and I don't remember the model. I remember going to Guitar Center. This was over a year ago, and my son and I went, and they had a couple of Schecters hanging up. Now, of course, these were the lower tier Schecters. The color was amazing. The paint job was killer. I was like, and that's what attracted me to it. I said, man, what in the hell? I said, damn, that looks great. So I went ahead and got it off the wall and plugged it into an amp. And I always plug into the same amp I have right here, which is just a jam amp, my Line 6 Spider 4. I plug into one of those because I know how to work it, and I know how to get whatever tone I want out of it. That's just what I always do. And but I was, for that model Schecter that I played, I was very disappointed. It looked cool, but man, it played like crap, and it just felt cheap. Now I don't know if that's the same. I'm sure that's not the same model you're talking about. But that's my only experience with the Schecter. It was at Guitar Center a couple years ago, and it was like I said, a lower price tier Schecter. I put it back on the rack. I didn't touch it. We got Fruitcake Tony in the house. Oh yes, Halenville.
Welcome to Halenville.
What's up, Tony? What's going on, man? Thanks for being in here. Y'all check out Halenville, Fruitcake Tony's channel.
All Van Halen all the time.
There's your plug, Tony. See there? See? I'm trying to help you out, man. Nah, check out his channel, man. He does a great job over there. My hat's off to you, Tony, because I've been down that Van Halen wormhole for a long time, and I still appreciate it. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about just the whole aura of the Van Halen thing. I still appreciate it, but I was so deep into that for so many years. It took me a while to get away from that because I had blinders on, and that sounds horrible. I don't mean for it to sound that way at all, but I just like, man, I got to listen to something else, so I still love Van Halen, still love Eddie Van Halen, still love all that stuff, but I'm not deep into it like I used to be. Oh man, there we go. We got the man, the real deal, rockin' Dave Byron. Down there from Florida.
Rockin' Dave.
Rockin' Dave, my man. He's been in Florida now for 5 years. Rockin' Dave. Let me see. What's chat's moving, boy? Let's see. Pardon me. Tony wants to know if I'm getting storms down this way. Not as of right now. No, we're supposed to though. It's supposed to be moving in, which is fine with me, man. Cools things down, Let's see here. Bumbleus, he says, Joe, do you think signature models are overpriced, not worth it? Oh, man. I'm probably going to tick some people off. I think there's a fine line with that, my honest opinion. I really do. I think, okay, look, as far as the gym models, the Steve Vai gym models, I have the Gym Junior. And why did I get that? Because it was affordable. It was, what was it, $500? And then those go up to like, what, $2,500 or something? I think that's ridiculous for a signature model. I think it's a guitar, man. I mean, it's basically going to do the same thing as these in a roundabout way. I mean, yeah, you got better what I'm looking for, better components and stuff like that, of course. But for me, that $500 Gym Junior plays fantastic. I think sometimes the signature models are overpriced. I do. Not all of them, but if it's a signature model, usually that automatically tells you it's going to be pricey. Just like I told you, the SRV model I had, that was a signature model, even though Stevie's been dead for many, 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 many years. And it's, it's way overpriced. And it's just that name. It's just like fancy tennis shoes and stuff, right? But I have just as much playing satisfaction with a made Mexico Strat than an American Strat. And the thing that gets me when somebody, and this is just me, okay? But when somebody gets an American Strat, they love to leave that sticker on the pick guard with that American flag. They love to leave it on there. They won't take it off. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Are you telling me you paid X amount of dollars for that guitar? Well, I have a made in Mexico model, that same guitar, half the price. And guess what? It does the same thing that does. It doesn't do nothing more. It's a guitar. That's just me, okay? That's just my opinion. But anyway, let's get back to the chat here. Yeah, let's see. Rockin' Dave, there he is. He chimes in. He says, Joe, have you ever heard or seen the 2012 Ibanez Hybrid XH300 guitar? It kind of looks like Prince's guitar. Oh no, I have not. And Dave, I was shocked when you got that 7-string Ibanez. I didn't ever see you doing something like that. Not that it doesn't work for you. That's not what I'm saying. I was just like, did he get a 7-string? But you did, and you, as usual, man, you play it so well. I remember when you got it, I looked on I said, he got a 7-string, and I just, personally for me, I'm doing good to play 6-string, so another string is just gonna, it's just gonna make things even harder for me. But no, I have not heard of that guitar, Dave. I need to look that up. I need to look it up. That's very interesting. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Bumbless.
The man, the myth, the legend, Rockin' Dave.
Who made the Cloud guitars? Because I looked those up, and those you can maybe find one or two for sale, but they are expensive. Was it Schecter? Is that who made the Cloud guitars? Because those were custom made, as you know. I think Schecter made a few of them at one time. I think. I could be wrong, but you can find the cheap Chinese ones online. They run you about $250, $300. They look like the Prince. They look just like the Cloud guitars. But you talk about something you don't want to mess with. No, those things ain't worth a crap. Let's see. Electric Gypsy. What? You wish you was in Florida? Oh my God, dude! You know how hot it is down there. I don't see how you do it, Dave. I don't see how you do it. Too humid for me. We got the truck driver man himself, Slick Rick. What's up, brother Slick? What is going on? He says, give me a beer and watch me some Joe Wentz. Thank you, Slick. I've known Ricky Hoyle for many, many years. That's a good dude right there, man. Good, solid, has a great soul, great heart. We worked together at the same employer for 6.5 years, and he went off on his own, got his own truck, and he's still doing that today, man. He's the one guy I can say when he said, one of these days, I'm going to get my own truck. Boom, he did that. Then he said, one of these days, I'm going to work for just myself, not be leased on to somebody. Boom, he did that. Then he said, one of these days, I'm going to get a Peterbilt. Boom, he did that. It was like, and I was like, damn. So put your mind to it and your heart and soul, you can do it, man. Slick Rick, thank you for being in here, man. I hope you stick around. Major Trucking, let's give a plug for his company. Major Trucking, one call does it all. Major Trucking. That's right. Need an air horn. Tell me that don't sound real as hell. Oh, God. Okay, enough of my shenanigans. All right, let's see. Rockin' Day Byron, what is he saying here? He says, thanks, Joe. $199 for the 7-string. That's all? Oh, my God. But the 7-string does throw you off a bit in the beginning. It would me. But, man, you got it for, am I looking at that right? $200? $200, that's it? My God. That's killer. I mean, for $200, yeah, I'd mess around with a Ibanez, 7-string. Hell yeah. You can't beat that. Supersonic chimes in. Let's see here. The Schecter Banshee Mach 6 new is $1,549. Well, there you go. Supersonic. That answers my question. So, because the Schecter I played at Guitar Center a couple years ago, it was like $300, $340. So yeah, because I know Schecters are known to be great guitars. That's why I picked it up off the hanger. I was like, ooh, a Schecter, and I was like, what the hell? After about 30 seconds, I was like, nope. So, but that right there, yeah, I'm sure you would be very happy, sir. I'm sure. I mean, really. Yeah, we're all have this particular thing in common. It's called the love of guitars, right? And truck driving. Let's see. Slick Rick chimes in again. Oh, Slick Rick. Just saying that reminds me of something I need to throw out there, too. Slick Rick says, what is the difference between pet milk and great value milk? Not a damn thing. It's just the label. That's it. So if you're in the Carolinas and you don't pay $5 and something for pet milk, get great value from Walmart. Same thing. Same thing. Okay, you didn't hear me say that. But it's the truth. I mean, it save you a lot of money. Oh, man. Let's see. Rockin' Day Byron, he chimes in and he says, oh, yeah, it gets real hot down here in Southwest Florida. I do miss our Chicago blues scene. Just don't miss all the politics. Oh, man, I don't want nothing to do with politics at all. Not at all. We got somebody else in the chat. Alan Webster is in the house. Hey, Alan, let's give him a round of applause.
Alan Webster, welcome to the show.
Hope you're doing well, Alan. Thanks for being here, man. Thanks for popping in and saying hello. Let's see. Bumbleus chimes in with something about fuel, I think, with truck drivers. Rough fuel prices for independents nowadays. Yeah, it's hard. Fuel's coming down just a speck. If anybody could answer that, would be Slick Rick. He knows more than anybody. He has his own business, so he knows. Rockin' Day Byron, he said, yeah, that sounded real. Creasy girl. Creasy girl. Get your big ass on over here, girl. That's for you, Dave. Oh, my God. Man. People like Lucretia. What is that? Oh. Slick Rick. Let me just say this before I forget. Slick Rick, and I'm referencing Ric Flair, the wrestler. He's going to do his final match tonight. I think this man is 73, 74 years old. He's doing his last wrestling match of his career tonight. I think it's in Nashville, a Coliseum in Nashville. So that's amazing. Do you know that, Ricky Hole? Did you know that? Ric Flair is doing his final match tonight. It's a tag team. Yeah, he's teaming with his son-in-law against Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. I don't know if there's any wrestling fans in here, but I thought, oh my God, I hope he doesn't get hurt or, get seriously injured, because But Ric Flair was big when I was a kid, man. That's all you saw on TV in the Carolinas when you woke up on Sunday. There wasn't nothing to watch except Mid-Atlantic wrestling, and Ric Flair was on there wrestling Ricky Steamboat or what's the other one? Dusty Rhodes. All these old guys, that's all you saw. Anyway, Ricky says, I remember a guy saying we was going to have 400 guitars and you're on the way. No. No way, man. No, I don't need, good Lord, dude. I don't have the room for what I have now. All right. Mr. Alan Webster chimes in. He says, I just bought a Mexican Strat for $200. It's a 93. I guess that's good. Yes, that is very good, Alan. Yes, $200 for a 93 Mexican Strat. Nothing wrong with that at all, man. I got I have an early 90s made in Mexico. It's a Fender Squier, and it's still all stock. It plays great. I wouldn't change anything on it. It plays phenomenally well, man. But I got it brand new at a music store back in the day, and I think it was $375 back then. I don't know how long Squiers have been in production. Does anybody know that? I have no clue how long Squiers have been a thing, you know. But it's black and white, and it reminded me of Eric Clapton's guitar, Blackie, is that right? And that's why I bought it. But it has a humbucker. It's a humbucker single. And, yeah. Electric Gypsy was talking about, Dave was talking about Chicago with the politics, and Gypsy obliges and says, yep, it's full of BS politics. Isn't that the truth? Excuse me, I don't get involved in politics at all. I think politics are so boring. Pardon me. Rockin' Dave Byron, he's back in the chat here. Let's see here. He says, yeah, Joe, it's real interesting how good some of the cheaper guitars can play compared to back in the day. Yes, I agree. 100%, man. And that's the whole thing. If you grab a guitar off the wall at Guitar Center or a mom and pop store, the main thing, one thing you'll pick up the longer you play, all right, is when you pick it up off that rack and how does it feel? That's what tells me everything. The first major step, how does it feel? Does it feel comfortable in my hand? You know, and then 9 times out of 10, you're going to have to tune it, because if you go to a place like that, it don't matter. It's not going to be in tune, and you got to do that. And you get it halfway in tune, and then you just do a couple of chords, and then you can look at, of course, it's going to need a setup. I mean, that's just a given. But the main thing I look at is, how does it feel? How does that neck feel? That's it right there. If the neck feels good, I'm pretty much 98% there. And then I said, well, okay, I'm going to buy this because it feels good, you know. My son picked up, when we went to a Guitar Center, this was a few years ago, you know, those Zakk Wylde, isn't his guitars through Schecter? Didn't he get a deal with Schecter? The Wylde guitars, I think he did. My son saw one on the used wall, and it was kind of like the dime bag kind of design, kind of sort of, and it had it was red and had the black bullseye on it. And my son went and picked it up, and he said, "What do you think about this, Dad?" Now he already knew what I was going to say, and that neck was thicker than a Louisville Slugger, man. And I said, "The heck with that, man." He started to laugh. He goes, "You don't want to play it?" I was like, "No." I said, "You can't even get your hand around it." You know, so that right there was all I needed to know. I said, I don't even need to plug it up. I don't want it. You know, it's too difficult to hold. Let's see. Yes, politics galore up here, really ruining the music. Oh God. Speaking of politics, I commented on Facebook on something one day last week. And I really don't never say nothing on Facebook. And this is why. Because you voice your opinion, they put you in Facebook jail, right? So I was watching this video and I said, wow. And I commented and I said, wow, that guy deserves his A whooped. You know, fill in the blanks. I looked last night. I didn't even know. I looked on Facebook last night before we went to sleep and it says your account is in warning status. I said, huh? And it said, click here to find out why. And I clicked there and there it was because of that comment. And I was like, really? So, you know, politics, you know, ooh, somebody's going to get offended. Oh my God. You know, oh Lord. That's what's wrong with this country now. Too many easily offended damn people. But anyway, don't get me started on that. Did Bumbless wants to know if the Rev passed away. I don't think so. He's just on hiatus, as far as I know. Oh, man. Yeah, it'd be funny if you saw him and Rob in the music store together. That'd be hilarious. But the Rev has never shown his face. It's just his voice only. Yeah. Crazy. Homeboy Ric Flair, Ricky Hoyle says. That's right. That's right. I always liked Ric Flair. He wasn't from Charlotte, but he always represented Charlotte, North Carolina in his career. He wasn't from there, but he always represented Charlotte. I always thought that was cool. Electric Gypsy Blues, I think he answered my question about how long have Squires been in production. He says since the 80s, made in Japan Squires were in existence. Oh, man. I didn't know that. I didn't know. If it was made in Japan, that's another great sign of quality too, right? Rockin' Dave Byron, he says he has a Mexican Fender Strat 1996. It plays great. There you go. See? Rockin' Dave Byron once again, he goes, yes, Joe, I try to stay away from the politics. Just mind my own business and jam. Yeah, that's me, man. I just play music because, you know, it's not going to do any good. You know, those people are going to do what they want anyway, right? Mr. Alan Webster chimes in. He says, I bought a Wolfgang Standard for, I believe, $750 new. The $2,500 Wolfgang felt way weird. Yeah, there. You got two different necks, Alan. The Standard, I have a few of those. Those necks are modeled, if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me, but from what I believe I remember, those necks were modeled after the Ernie Ball Music Man necks, that mold, okay? And the specials, I think those were more like the PV necks. I want to say that's what I remember hearing. But I love the Standards. Yeah, and see, you can't beat that. The Wolfgang Standard for $750, and nowadays the necks are roasted maple necks. Do you know why their necks are roasted? Do you know why that is? Why they do that? For the longest time, I didn't know. I just thought it looked cool. But there's a reason why necks are roasted, you know. Let's see if anybody can answer that question. There is a reason for that. And I was like, oh, okay. But for $750 for a Wolfgang Standard, you can't beat it. The quality is incredible. You can't beat it. I love them. Bumbless chimes in. He says, LOL, try out a guitar. It will be a whole step low. You think, wow, this plays great. Then you realize it's not in standard tuning. Yeah. I couldn't tell you the amount of times I went to guitars. See, I'm considered the old guy, you know, when I go to Guitar Center. I'm the old guy. You know, my son just turned 32 years old, and I'm 52, so I'm considered the old guy, right? I go in there, and I pick up a guitar, and it's in drop D. I'm like, oh, God. You know, I don't play nothing in drop D, man. I don't do none of that. And then, or like you said, it's a whole step low or whatever, and it's like, oh my God. But, you know, it is what it is. Let's see. Rockin' Dave, yes, you're right, Joe, about the Zach Wild guitars, about the fat baseball necks, and he got his deal with Schecter, I think. Yeah. Rockin' Dave also says maybe the Rev ran off with Lucretia girl. Oh Lord. I hope he didn't, because if she ever sat on him, he'd be a pancake. That's all I can tell. No more sermons from him. Uh-oh. Electric Gypsy says, I went to the Rev's fish fry one time. Boy, let me tell you. You remember that, Gypsy? Man, I can't believe people are bringing that up. That's old on this channel. That's old. That's funny. Uh-oh, here's another one with the Bumble that says, I missed the Rev. Oh, my God. That's funny. Okay, I think we have an answer here. Mr. Alan Webster, I asked, why are the necks roasted on guitars nowadays? He says, are the necks roasted to take the moisture out? What I've heard is when they roast a neck, it prevents it from warping. That's what a roasted neck is supposed to do. It's supposed to prevent the neck from warping, you know. And I heard that on Phil McKnight's channel, just to let you know, because I didn't know. I was like, I don't know why they're roasted, but they look cool as hell, and they feel good too, and they're smooth. But I didn't know. I heard Phil McKnight say that. He said it prevents the neck from warping. I said, man, I didn't know that. I believe they also have carbon truss rods as well in the Wolfgang. Alan Webster says, well, wow, that would be awesome. I mean, I have no clue, but that's still killer. Yeah, the standards, the Wolfgang standards, man. You can't go wrong if you like that type of guitar. The pickups are even phenomenal too, man. Great. But wow, we've been here almost an hour and a half. My God. Let's see. Let's see if we can go to a quick commercial here and get ready to take us out of here. Just something for old time's sake, I guess. So stand by. Don't go anywhere. Let's take a brief pause for these words from our sponsors. We'll be right back.
Daily Joe Podcast is brought to you in part by Shreveport's own First and Last, your place for a cold six-pack or 6 bullets for your pistol. Visit First and Last today. Julio's Place. For authentic Mexican food, stop by Julio's Place now for fresh fried burritos, tacos, and more. Julio's Place. Hayes Farms. From farm to table, quality guaranteed since 2021. Hayes Farms.
Hayes Farm.
And Rob's Music Store. Your place for a cool instrument, a hot piece of ass, or to play some numbers for gambling that night. Rob's Music.
Motherfucker, man, shit. Motherfucker, shit.
And now, back to the show.
Oh, yeah, man. Thank you to our sponsors. Appreciate that. If it wasn't for the sponsors, I don't know what we do. I really don't. I couldn't tell you. Oh, my goodness. We'll see if we can touch on a couple of these comments, and we'll get ready to get out of here. I don't want to take up everybody's whole day here. Let's see. Electric Gypsy. Let me see here. I like to pull these comments up because it takes a while for these streams to process. So if you do the comments like this, you know, when you watch them back, it's already up here. Electric Gypsy says, Joe, have you seen the latest episode of Premier Guitar Rig Rundown, Wolfie Van Halen's rig? I have. Yeah, that was awesome. I will be honest, and don't get me wrong, I'm so glad he's doing his own thing, and what a talented young man. I say young man, he's my son's age, but he is a young man. But I'm glad he's got his own style of guitar, his own design, which is awesome. I've had people ask me, did I like it? What did I think? I think it's, I'm not a fan of that body style of the F hole up there. You know, I'm just, but I mean, he's doing his own thing. It's for him. But I don't. Would I get one? No, I wouldn't. But it's all good. It's all good. Roasted necks are cool, Rockin' Day Byron says. So are roasted peanuts, he says. What the heck? Hey now. All right, let's see. Okay. Thank you very much. Bumble says, wish you well on your appointment, Joe. Hope it all works out. Thank you very much. Thank you. Miss Janice Lala says, I'm looking for a minivan under $10,000. Well, I hope you find a minivan, Miss Janice. I hope so. I hope so. Things right now are hard to come by when it comes to automobiles, parts and everything. That's it can be tough, but I hope you find it, and you will. You will. Got to go to Rob's music store. Rob. Yeah, Rob's here. Rockin' Dave Byron. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Oh, Ralph, what's going on? There's Ralph the German Butcher. What is happening, man? There he is. We've been on here for over an hour and a half, and there he is. What's up, man? Check out the German Butcher's, Ralph the German Butcher's channel on YouTube, man. He's got some great stuff. He's doing his own thing now with videos, and he's got it going on. He's playing all the instruments. Very talented, very, very talented. Check him out, Ralph the German Butcher. Oh, okay, Alan. I see. It's okay, man. It's not no big deal, but thank you for verifying that. Alan says, I was wrong. The Wolfgang Standards do not have carbon truss rods. They are graphite. Still cool. It's still great guitars, man. But thank you for clarifying that, man. That's awesome. That is awesome. All right, folks. I'm going to jet on out of here. I'm sure my wife is back from Walmart by now. and so I'm going to go ahead and go. And I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day. And give everybody a round of applause here for being here. Thank you so much. I had a great time. And keep rocking, man. Keep playing. Thank you for everybody who takes the time to comment on the videos. Don't forget to check the link in the description if you want any merch or anything. Music. I got a new album out, Resurrection. I got a new single out, Driving by the Moonlight. All that stuff. All right. If I don't plug it, if I don't plug my stuff, nobody else will. So, shameless plugs there. Okay, folks. Have a great rest of the weekend. God bless. See you later. Bye-bye.